I actually never wanted to be an immigration attorney. All the way through law school, even when I was applying for law school, I thought, there's one kind of law I'm not going to do. That's immigration. I'm not going to do immigration law because because growing up as a Desi kid from the Pakistani community, first of all, there were very few of us going into the law. And it was still kind of what you would expect from an immigrant community. People wanted their children to stabilize into careers that they associated with comfort and the ability to make a good life for yourself and your family. And that was mostly the sciences. And my parents never forced me into science. They were always very supportive of whatever I wanted to do, whatever kind of educational career path I wanted. But I just didn't have a lot of examples to look to. And the funny thing is, those examples that I did have, and those people are still very dear to my heart. I still consider them my mentors. They all went into immigration law. And I somehow thought that I wanted to be different. I wanted to do, something not like what all the other Desi kids who broke the mold and went to law school and became immigration lawyers. I wanted to break the mold in a different way. And so when I was in law school, I interned at the UNC Center for Civil Rights. We did education desegregation work. That was my fellowship there, some of my internship work and my later fellowship. And I really enjoyed and loved learning. I was very humbled by the kinds of people that I met, trying to still break down the vestiges of school segregation in North Carolina. And so I loved the civil rights work, and that's kind of how I started my bread and butter of my legal career. And but then after that, I took some time off to have some kids. And then when I returned, an opportunity presented to work in immigration law, and I thought it would just be a temporary thing because, again, I wasn't going to be an immigration lawyer, right? But I really came to see, under the mentorship of the first immigration attorneys that I worked with as a professional immigration attorney, after having that experience in civil rights work, I really came to see immigration as a kind of civil rights, as a kind of human rights, and especially trying to make the process dignified, understandable, accessible for people, not just by language, but by the mannerism of the attorneys and the staff that they are working with, giving them a voice, or rather not giving them something, but rather just hearing them and being of service to them to try to give them options where they may not have ever known that there were options for them for immigration status in the United States.